Good Tuesday to everyone. We are facing an exciting week of coverage about the Steelers, and we're kicking it off with the latest news related to Aaron Rodgers. In a surprising development, rumors have emerged that the franchise is considering trade alternatives for Breece Hall. The big question is, should the Steelers consider the possibility of bringing this talented running back into their roster? Before we dive into the details, it's important to note that later today, at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, there will be a live broadcast where we will discuss the team. So don't forget to make sure you're subscribed to stay up to date with our live shows and regular videos posted throughout the week. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter, Aaron Rodgers' situation. According to the latest information, the Steelers remain optimistic about the possibility of Rodgers signing with them as their next starting quarterback. That's the most recent update. The report suggests that the team is still hopeful, but there hasn't been any new development since the franchise president addressed the press at the owners' meetings, where he expressed hope regarding this matter. Conversations with sources tracking the quarterback market suggest that the Steelers may have received some sort of assurance from Rodgers at some point that he would be joining the team. This leads us to wonder if he is simply waiting on the Vikings situation, which, according to the reports, seems to have cooled off. If he remains available later in the summer, perhaps the team will reconsider the situation, but that is still uncertain. There's an ongoing question about whether he will sign with the Minnesota team or if he is simply waiting. After speaking with representatives from the team, it was clear that interest has significantly waned. There's a possibility that they may reconsider the situation later in the summer if he is still available, but that seems quite unlikely at this moment. Essentially, his choice appears to be between retiring or joining the Pittsburgh team. It has been mentioned that the Steelers have a strong desire to sign him and have not set a deadline for a decision, which indicates they are waiting for him. As for the Minnesota team, it was emphasized that this player is not part of their options, as they are fully focused on another athlete. If he decides to continue playing football in 2025, it will be with the Steelers. Confirmations that the Vikings are definitely out of the race have been reaffirmed. Regarding the possibility of retirement rather than joining the Steelers, it was said that while this option seems unlikely, it will still be considered until he makes a final decision. This just reinforces what we already knew about the player's situation. There hasn't been a significant update since a week ago when he was seen training with a player at UCLA, which clearly indicates his inclination to play for the Steelers. The training sessions with a potential receiver show that he is at least open to the idea of joining the team. Additionally, he began a 6-hour visit to Pittsburgh, and the indications from the Steelers' management suggest optimism regarding the prospects. So far, everything has been positive throughout the process, leading to the impression that he will indeed sign with the Steelers in the near future. To summarize what we know so far, two main points stand out. First, the Steelers are the only viable option for him at the moment. He could wait for a later opportunity in the offseason if, for example, Minnesota changes its mind, perhaps if their current quarterback performs poorly. But at this moment, the only concrete choice he has in terms of contract is with the Steelers. The second point is that it doesn't seem like he is inclined to retire. He has been training with other players and has been at his training facility in Los Angeles throughout the offseason, showing a great deal of interest not only in the Steelers but also in other available teams. All signs point to an agreement with the Steelers at some point. I believe that at this moment, my theory that he will make his decision just before the big event in Pittsburgh this weekend, or even during the event itself, remains reasonably consistent, as it seems there is some sort of agreement, but they have yet to make an official announcement. We already know that he has shared exclusive information about his steps throughout his career. Therefore, it makes sense that if he is waiting for something, it could be related to this Wednesday's event. I have detailed my entire theory about why I believe he may make his decision official during the event and published a full video about it over the weekend. For anyone wanting more information, the link to that video will be available. There is a theory that suggests it is quite likely that a significant decision will be made during the event in Pittsburgh on Wednesday night. A complete video about this subject was created and released over the weekend, and more information can be found in the comments section and description. It would be fascinating to hear opinions on whether this is the week when a certain quarterback will officially declare himself as the team's starting quarterback. Opinions can be left in the comments, and a specific response will be highlighted for today's discussion. A break for ads will occur shortly, but before that, responses to the pin question are welcome. Recently, there was a visit to a famous stadium to watch an important pitcher from the Rangers in action, where they defeated the opposing team in Arlington a few weeks ago. Thanks to a partnership, ticket costs were reduced, making the experience with food and products at the game even more enjoyable. A visit to a nearby entertainment venue afterwards was also an amazing experience. The ticket sales service is the official partner of the team's discussion program, making it easier to purchase tickets for various events. Prices in the app tend to drop as the event approaches, offering amazing last-minute deals, all-inclusive prices, seat views, and a price guarantee. This service helps eliminate the uncertainty often associated with ticket purchases. Although one of the teams may be struggling at the moment, the venue remains impressive and a specific player continues to stand out. Opportunities to see the best pitcher in action against a challenging opponent are available, with great deals across one of the best stadiums in the country. The ticket purchasing experience can be facilitated through the app. Creating an account and using a specific code can result in a discount on the first purchase, with applicable terms. It is crucial to remember to create an account and redeem the offer. The game can be enjoyed against a tough opponent. Eliminate uncertainties by purchasing tickets through the app. Download it, create an account, and use the provided code to receive a discount on your first purchase. Terms apply, so it's essential to create an account and enter the code to get the price reduction. Download the app today for last-minute tickets and a price guarantee. If a certain quarterback joins the team, there is a reputation that he would like to bring teammates along. There is, without a doubt, the possibility that former players from a specific team may become members of the squad if he decides to be the team's starting quarterback. A commentator on the current team situation raised the possibility of acquiring a specific player in the current landscape. This player could stay on the team, but would have to accept a significant pay cut. The general manager indicated that work is ongoing for a potential restructuring. This player may be waiting to see if a meeting with the free agent quarterback will be viable before deciding on the proposal from his current team. The mention of a potential meeting with the quarterback, along with the information that the city's team is currently the only option for the four-time NFL MVP, is quite revealing. When examining the profile of this player, who is 29 years old and has an impressive build, it's noted that his quarterback has been the same throughout his professional career since being drafted. It's worth remembering that he didn't play with the quarterback recently due to an injury that occurred early in the season. However, the quarterback has remained with the same team, establishing a chemistry that could be beneficial for the team's offense next season. Observing recent career developments provides interesting context. There were only 7 plays in the season, but the connection between the athletes has existed since 2018, especially with a player who developed good chemistry with a 4-time NFL MVP. This relationship could benefit the Pittsburgh Steelers' offense next season. Looking at their recent stats, last year was fairly good for him with 530 yards and 6 touchdowns, with the help of an experienced quarterback. However, he had his worst season in 2023 playing under different leadership. Despite this setback, he had several years worth praising, especially in 2021 and 2022 with his former team. I believe he could be a valuable addition to the team in Pittsburgh, even though he may not fully replace the second player on the squad. While he isn't at that level, he could still prove to be a solid piece alongside other developing athletes. With one player already confirmed and uncertainty about another offensive player this offseason, I hope the management opts to keep him. Additionally, if they manage to acquire a specific player at a more affordable cost to play alongside an experienced quarterback, it could result in 3 good complementary receiving options. The benefit of having this athlete on the team goes beyond his size and skills, but also the chemistry he has with the quarterback. This synergy can undoubtedly improve the offense's performance. Additionally, an important factor is that he understands the nuances of the quarterback style. We know how much the quarterback enjoys controlling the line of scrimmage, so effective communication and good chemistry are vital for him and his receivers. He is already familiar with how the quarterback prefers plays to be executed and all the details involved, and having someone who can translate that to the receivers could be extremely beneficial for the other players. Therefore, I believe his value goes beyond his abilities as an athlete. He has the potential to elevate the entire group of receivers, as long as he is available for the team. What do you think about this? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Would you consider adding this player if he's available? I would say that if it happens and the cost is reasonable, I would certainly like to bring him in. Regarding the former team, there are also rumors about another athlete who may be in trade talks. An expert commented that this player is one of several seeking contract extensions. Keeping everyone long-term might be a challenge. He also highlighted that this player has talent and would attract interest if placed on a trade block. The team may consider trading him if a certain standout appears with the 7th overall pick in the upcoming draft. Moreover, this athlete expressed his feelings about the situation on social media, revealing that he's not particularly happy about seeing his name linked to trade talks. As for the potential trade, I will be fully in favor. If the team really decides to make him available, I would certainly look for the opportunity to secure this athlete as the new number 1 at the position here. Recently, the possibility of a trade involving a specific player arose, and if the team decides to make him available, there is significant interest in acquiring him as the new starting running back in Pittsburgh. It's reasonable to believe that a standout player in the position would be very excited about the prospect of joining the team. This player has already received praise for his skills, speed, and game awareness, standing out as one of the most complete running backs in the league. He has exceptional field vision and, if necessary, can make plays that align with the team's preferred style, easily adapting to the tactical system. Moreover, his ability on the field is remarkable, as he also acts as an efficient receiver out of the backfield. For the team, identifying a running back with the potential to shine is essential, and this trade would represent a significant opportunity to add an athlete of this caliber to the roster. However, it's necessary to evaluate the offer for the player, especially considering the reluctance to part with a third-round pick, which is the maximum the team would consider. If it's feasible to close the deal for a 4th or even 5th-round pick, it would be an excellent move, given that he's recognized as one of the best in his position. With the projected evolution of the offensive line, there's an expectation that a brilliant performance could lead to a memorable season for this athlete, making him a true star. The offensive line in Pittsburgh has great potential to develop significantly, depending on the performance of the players being evaluated. If they manage to stand out as the organization expects, there's a good chance that this running back will become one of the top names in the league. However, the decision to part with a third-round pick makes the situation more challenging, especially due to the lack of a second-round pick, with only the 1st remaining. One alternative could be to trade the 1st-round pick, possibly making moves to acquire additional selections. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Imagine Lamar Jackson in black and gold, running out onto Acrisure Stadium with terrible towels waving in the cold Pittsburgh air. Can you feel it? The electricity, the disbelief, the dream, or maybe the plan? Rumors are swirling through NFL circles with a shocking twist. Lamar Jackson, the 2-time NFL MVP and record-smashing quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, could be headed to their biggest rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers. What began as a whisper has grown into a roar, igniting fierce debate among fans, analysts, and insiders alike. Could the Steel City be preparing for the most audacious quarterback acquisition in its storied history? The speculation gained steam after Jackson's cryptic social media activity and an ambiguous post from Steelers wide receiver George Pickens, featuring only a set of eyes and a raven emoji, quickly deleted, but not before it sent fans into a frenzy. Pair that with Jackson's increasingly tense relationship with the Ravens front office and a fan base that's grown uneasy despite his heroics, and suddenly, the unimaginable doesn't feel so far-fetched. If Pittsburgh pulls off the unthinkable, it would send shockwaves through the AFC North. Jackson has terrorized the Steelers for years, using his elite dual-threat ability to escape pressure, torch defenses, and rewrite the record books. In a black and gold uniform, His arrival could mark a new era for a franchise still searching for a true successor to Ben Roethlisberger. It would also signal a radical shift in the Steelers' conservative approach to quarterback acquisitions. While there's no official confirmation yet, the mere possibility of Jackson crossing the AFC North divide is enough to make headlines. What would it cost? What would it mean for Kenny Pickett? And how would Ravens fans react if their franchise cornerstone ended up leading their biggest enemy to a Super Bowl run? One thing is certain. If this rumor has legs, it might just be the NFL's wildest plot twist in years. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.